So hello everyone, welcome to my new video. And today we are gonna learn that how to get started with Flutter. What are the prerequisites and what are the few things that we need to install into our local system so that we get started with Flutter. And I would like to thank GDG Ludhiana for inviting me to for a speaker as a speaker for Flutter, and it was my pleasure to be there in GDG Ludhiana Flutter Forward Community Conference that was held by them. And so let's get started. There are two few things. I will first open the CMD and show you guys that there is no pre-installed Flutter into our system. We will just run here the command Flutter version. So you can see that Flutter is not recognized as an internal or external command. So it needs to recognize, right? So let's start doing that. We will be installing first our Flutter, obviously. We will be going to the official website of Flutter. Then we have here a amazing website. We will go to get started. We will be going to Windows, and here you have your Flutter Windows 3.7.7 stable.zip. So this is the latest version of Flutter that is provided by them. It will take some time to install. At the same time, I will be installing Android Studio. It will be there here at the same place. You can just come down a bit and you will be finding here the link for Android Studio too. Just come to this website, and okay, so we have here Android Studio. Just download Android Studio also, like okay, and download Android Studio. So that's it. We are gonna download these two things. These two are the prerequisites and the things by which you will be starting Flutter. So let it install. Let's count till three. One, two, and three. Okay, so here we are done with the installation part of our downloading part of our Android Studio and Flutter. As you can see here, that we have both our file and folder here. Okay, so what I will do first is I will install Android Studio here. Just double click on it and just wait. Okay, one is this, and we have our this. Just keep it for extraction. So yeah, it will extract and keep it. Till then I will just do yes, and yeah, now the setup for Android Studio will start here, and let it happen. Till then we will be okay, done. So it is opening now. Let's go to next. You don't have to do anything, just click on next. Install. Okay, so it will install this now. Unless then we have here Flutter Windows 3.7.7 stable. This is the SDK path of our Flutter. Okay, then we will be going inside this. We will be going to our bin, and just we will be copying this. Okay, we will be copying this location, and as we do for any programming language, we have to do the same. Just go to your this PC, just go to your properties, just go to your system advanced settings. Okay, environment variables and user variables. Don't forget, you have to put it in user variables path. This is the path. Double click on it, create a new, control V, and okay. So what I did, I will summarize once. I copied the I went to my location where I have downloaded Flutter. I extracted it, I opened it, I went to my Flutter folder, I went to my bin folder, and I copied this location and I have entered it in user variable of environment variable. Okay, fine. So we are done with this. Now after this, if you open CMD and now you type the same command, that is Flutter version version, you will be seeing that it will tell us the version of Flutter which we have installed in our local system. Our Android Studio is also get got installed. I will not start for now. Okay, finish. So this is our Flutter which has been installed, Flutter 3.7.7, and it has been installed just now. You can see 941. Okay, okay, fine. So now we will go to our now I will run a command called Flutter Doctor. This will be telling you what all things you need for your Flutter first time installation and what all things you have done. This is actually a checklist which will be ensuring that what all things you need and what all you have done. So let it run. It takes a bit time. Okay, so yeah, you have your okay. So we have installed Flutter. This is done. You have done your Windows version. Okay, done. Android toolchain. We have to do this. Android unable to locate Android SDK. Okay, we have to do this also. So these two are very important things. Just follow me for this. I will be telling you everything. Don't worry. You have your Chrome. We have done this. Visual Studio is required for development of Windows software with Flutter. So that is not required for now. Android Studio. So yeah, we have done installing Android Studio just now. We will be opening now Android Studio and follow me whatever steps now I am going to do because that is very important thing. We don't have any earlier importing settings. Okay, done. Okay, you have your Android Studio here now. So just go to select don't send next standard next. Okay, so these are the things which it will be downloading for now. Okay, so you have to accept all the things, you have to accept all the licenses and you have to finish it. So now it will be installing this for the users who have Intel processors. They will have to accept one more requirement, so just accept it. Okay, and it will now download and unzip. Okay, let it happen. That's it. We have our Android Studio done, finish. Just click on finish. Okay, so this is our Android Studio window. So you have to just go on more actions. You have to go to SDK manager. This is the very important part which people forget and then say that they haven't installed properly. Android SDK command line tools. This is the most important part which you have to do. Tick on it. Click on this. Click on apply. It will be asking you for some memory things. Just click on OK and let it install again. This is the very important part because people sometimes forget this and then they say that they are not able to install Flutter and all these things. So this step is the most necessary thing because without installing the Android command line tools you can't work on it. Similarly, there are many tools that if you want to use on handy, okay, customized way, you have to download their command line tools for that. Okay, so command line tools are exclusively made for developers. Okay, I'll click on finish and I'll click on already we have applied, so done. Click on OK. Now I'll be coming to plugins. I will type here Flutter. I'll be installing this. Except I'll be installing Dart. Okay, done and done. Now if I come to my restart, I have to restart the IDE, Integrated Development Environment, Android Studio. Once and you can see the change which was needed. We got here new Flutter project. Now one more last step is that you have to accept some Android policies. So you have to again open CMD. You have to again open CMD. You have to again type here Flutter Doctor. Again, I will show you that which all steps we have done now and which all are remaining. This is basically a checklist, right? It is a checklist type of thing for installing Flutter. So yeah, this is tick now. This is tick now. So that's it. Now you can see here. Now our Android is also done. Just there, it is saying that checking Android licenses is taking an unexpectedly long time. So yeah, so just copy this thing out there. Don't forget this to do. Copy this thing. Control C. Sorry. Yeah, Control C and Control V. Run this out. It will ask you for some. You can see that it is running this thing now. Okay, now you can see that it will ask you for some permissions. Just keep on Y again. Y. Just keep on pressing Y. Okay, Y again. Again, you can see Y. Y means yes. If you want to read, you can read also. I don't have time to read now. Just keep on pressing Y. This will be like yes, you are accepting it and done. Now you are done with it. Again, if you run Flutter Doctor, now you will see that everything, every checklist you have done. And okay, one second. Okay, so you can see now everything you have done. All the uh, checklists are done. Tick, 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 tick. Done. Everything is done now. You don't have to do anything now. You just have to open your Android Studio, close this thing. I will again open CMD. I will try to create a project and show you. And I will be doing one more thing additionally, installing a emulator also. Okay, so that thing is also needed, I guess, for some developers because they get problem in doing that. So new, hey, come on, I will rename this folder. Okay, so let's name it as Flutter 1. That's it. Open your CMD. Just redirect to your desktop. CD desktop. Okay, so just again do CD Flutter 1. The name of your folder that you created. Here you have to write the command Flutter create and the name of the project. Okay, the name of the project, let's keep it as first Flutter app. This is my name. Okay, now just wait for pinch pinch of minutes and you will be seeing that we have been having a proper project. I open my this folder and here you have all your Flutter files that a template Flutter project has. Now when I open my Android Studio, this is my Android Studio. So yeah, one more thing I will tell you. Just click on new open project. Click on your desktop. Go to your desktop. Redirect there. You have your desktop where it is. Desktop. You have your Flutter one. You have your first Flutter project. Okay, trust. That's it. Here you have your first Flutter project on which you are gonna work out. So project. Come to your project files. So yeah, this main.dat is your main folder or file that gets executed. As you know, if you have worked on any programming language, you will know that always a main function runs first, right? So similarly in Flutter, your main.dat is the file which is the starting file where it runs. Okay, so now next thing is I will be installing a emulator also and showing you guys. So let's wait. Actually, it is the first time that we have created any Flutter project. So let's give it some time to analyze the main.dat file. Okay, fine. One more thing I want to tell you that suppose if you want to create a new project of Flutter, you can directly come to new Flutter project, and already you can do this, right? And if you come to Flutter, you can see that all automatically it has taken this. Okay, so yeah, one more thing I want to tell you guys that suppose if you have any queries or any issue related to installation of Flutter, you can just reach me out. Feel free to reach me out. Okay, uh, yeah. So yeah, everything is done now. Just come to your emulator part now. Click on device manager. Click on your create virtual device. I will be selecting a 6 Pro, Pixel 6 Pro. Next, install this tiramisu. Why I choose this to install actually, because this is a into 86 and 64 both, that okay, and it is with Play Store. Okay, it is with Play Store, so that's why I choose this to download. So yeah, now it is downloading this thing. Let's wait for it. One, two, and three. Okay guys, so we are done with this. Now I will finish this off. Okay, so click on next. You have your Pixel 6 Pro API here. Click on finish, and okay, now I will run this emulator and show you guys that how it looks on our laptop. Okay, let it run. It will take a bit time. So yeah. Okay, so here it is connecting to the emulator. You have your emulator running here. So yeah, guys, it will take a long time for accepting and installing all these tools, Android tools. So don't get panic because it will take time for the first time to install any application in your phone, your emulator. So yeah, now we have our Flutter template application running here in this emulator. You can see here. Okay, once again, let it. Okay, so yeah, once again. Okay, yeah. So now I click on plus. You can see the counter is increasing. So this is our Flutter template application that you get for first time when you install any when you create a new Flutter project. After that, now you have to change everything in your main.dart file. You can create new files and you can get started with Flutter finally. So this was our video on Flutter, how to get started with Flutter. And suppose if you have any doubts, any queries, or you are not able to perform anything, you can feel free to reach out to me anytime. And once again, I would like to thank GDG Ludhiana for inviting me as a guest speaker for Flutter. It was a great experience here. And so now you can get started with Flutter. This was all about installation and local system and everything about Flutter. So thank you very much. Myself, Achintya Singh, signing off.